I'm here now with Anthony Goldsbrough, who is music extraordinaire, record producer, musician, all rolled into one. Fantastic, Anthony Goldsbrough. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yourself?
I'm very well as well. And welcome to the Junior Star Singer finale. We are due to have all the 13 contestants at a recording studio really to meet and collaborate as well, of course, with each other. And of course, compete for the main prize, which is to sing and songwrite with yourself. It's a very exciting time. Have you got any advice that you'd like to give to all these contestants?
Well, I think they've been doing pretty well themselves right now. I think what's very important is you stay true to yourself. You follow everything that you've been doing because they've got this far, and try not to conform to anything commercially. What I mean by that is, when people listen to the radio, don't try and write the next hit radio song and make it the same as what, everything's happening out there. Just do what you're doing because you're here right now at this point. So it's very important that you stay honest and true to your product.
Do you think a lot of the tracks that are being written at the moment, sort of currently in the market, do you think they've become more sort of radio friendly? Bear in mind, this is a radio tour, and lots of these tracks are going to be played out on radio next year.
Well, I think at the end of the day, a lot of these major artists, they're writing with the likes of Max Martin and other major producers that are, hugely regarded as some of the best in the game, and that's why they get sent to these people. If you're lucky enough to get sent to those guys in your journey, then take that opportunity. Radio's so hard to get on these days, and if you can get on there, it's amazing. So, yeah, it's a strange one. Yeah.
Well, we've obviously been given the opportunity. The winner for Junior Star Singer will get the chance to sing at an awards night where obviously BBC will be there, television, and A&R people, different record labels are also going to be there. So I myself will be giving an award away as well, and they'll also get a chance to be interviewed as well on BBC Radio. They've already been invited to that, which is great. It's a great chance for any young person within the music industry. It's a great platform. What advice can you give for them once they've actually written their song? What's the next step, Anthony, for any young person that's written their first song and got their first demo done? What's the next step for them?
Well, firstly, when you get your demo done, make sure it's right and it's what your whole vision was on that song, and make sure you're working with the right producers to actually make your demo. And after that, it's a case of listening to your product and thinking, right, how do we attack the industry to make it work for them. And what I really love doing is putting together a listening party where I invite a few friends down, some industry people down from certain sectors of the industry, and they all have a listen. So it's like a listening party, around a bit of food, nice few orange juices, and then have a listen, get feedback. It's all about feedback, and then once you get that feedback, you can start planning your whole business plan for your music, because it is a business at the end of the day.
Of course. And I've, as you know, I'm also a mentor and I've been developing artists for a while now. I'm always saying to lots of young people, you're always a winner. Whoever doesn't win Junior Star Singer, they're always a winner anyway, because they will be developing their music. As a songwriter, is it something that they can learn more about? What can they do if they're just vocalists and they've only entered as vocalists and they haven't written for themselves? What advice can you give for them to branch out and become songwriters as well?
Well, number one, get out there and collaborate with writers, producers, artists. Whatever you can do, you've got to absorb yourself in the industry. You'll be like a sponge, soak every area up, and just try things out. You might write with someone and it might not be right. You might work with an artist and it won't click, but you will find that recipe for you. But it's all about networking. That's what you've got to do, 100%.
So mixing around with lots of other vocalists and songwriters is the best thing, you think?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, forgive me fans, but a lot of people think this is like, oh, yeah, I can sing, I'm just going to, sing and it's going to happen. But, people do this for years, and they maybe like on the the 15th year that they've been doing it, they've figured it all out. You know, you've got to work with people. You've got to get the knocks, get the hits, and just find the be criticised, and then you come back bouncing.
In the current state of how the music market is, and obviously social media's taken over, one question I do always like to ask is how well artists do at just getting their own music out there. Do you still think this is very important, even for somebody who's doing the Junior Star Singer show, to really get themselves out there for themselves through social media? Do you think that's important?
Yeah. I think by building yourself, it gives you a lot of experience. It gives you a head start. But in terms of writing songs, I mean, some people aren't writers. Some people are just artists. And an example, don't get me wrong, it's probably a bad example, but I'm just giving you a little example of something. Beyonce, her last album, she had like 20 writers, 30 writers on the album, you know, and there's a band called Beck. It was just him who wrote it. So it shows you that you're right. Got one or the other.
You're breaking up actually a little bit on me. Hello, and we've lost you. We have lost.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Is that better?
Yes,
better?
it is. Yes, it is. It's fine.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay.
What I was saying is, an example is Beyonce. She had a load of writers on her last album, whereas Beck, I don't know if anyone knows the band Beck, but he was a brilliant artist. It was just him that wrote it, and he got a Grammy for it. So you can be, as an artist, you can either be a writer or you can't. Or you don't have to be, because you have these sort of people in these sectors in every area that can write for your album. Like Elvis, he rarely wrote a song, you know. So don't put pressure on yourself.
And that's right. That is right, because with Junior Star Singer, there have been contestants that have entered that aren't actually songwriters, and I have been asked many times: is this a competition for both songwriters and vocalists? You have to be both to be able to win. And I don't think you have to, really. And I have said that, you know, obviously it's up to yourself and Azim who finally wins. But we do know, and we have said, that you can be one or the other. That's possible, or you can be both. We're leaving it, you know, entirely up to yourselves to decide. But it's great to have both qualities. But if you don't have both of them, it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about learning, isn't it? And if you don't write, personally, I think everyone can write. Everyone can write something. You just need to work with people to adapt and enhance your writing, and it's a learning curve. So it doesn't matter. You know, you're an artist. You can sing, and you love what you do. So at the end of the day, I think everyone's an artist in my eyes, whether you can't sing or not.
Well, before we say goodbye to you, Anthony, any artists out there at the moment, perhaps in the top 40, you want to say these are great artists at the moment to look out for? Anybody that's inspiring for some of the young?
Oh my God, really? That's a hard question.
I know, but anyone that sticks into your mind, because Adam Fairs has mentioned that he quite likes Zara Larsson. He really likes Zara Larsson and thinks that she's a great artist for the future.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll give you this. I don't really follow the chart. I'm sort of one of those guys that likes listening to new and emerging music.
Okay, so anybody who's new and emerging?
Yeah, well, he's not emerging as such, but he's becoming quite big in his own right. His name's Rag and Bone Man, and it's a funny name, but check him out. He's incredibly talented. The sound of his voice, his English, you wouldn't believe his English, but his songwriting is amazing. Rag and Bone Man, check him out. He's awesome. No doubt he's going to be in the top 10 very shortly.
Well, thank you very much, Anthony Goldsbrough, for all your advice and your words of wisdom about the music industry.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Obviously looking forward to listening to you again. And the results from all the contestants after December the 3rd. Yes, we're all very excited. There'll be 13 contestants, of course, competing towards one main prize and all the exposure they'll be getting next year. It's a great opportunity, and they're going to be well known across the UK. So thank thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing you again in the studio. I know you're a very, very busy man. You've got loads going on for yourself, haven't you? Because you've also been working on this project. Tell us a little bit about your projects as well, because I interviewed you for my other radio show, Brook on the Street, which was great.
Oh, bless you. It's a project called Iron Lions, and it's basically made up of some of the best session musicians in the game, and it's like just a bit of fun for us, really, but it's turning into something quite serious, which we never expected, and we're really excited. And thank you for playing it. We really appreciate it.
No, not at all. We will probably play that track, Voices, at the final if you'll let us do it. We'd love to.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to do that and play it at the final. That'd be great. So, yeah, we'd love that.
Can I say something?
Yes, of course.
Can I say, I just want to thank you for doing what you do. You support artists across the UK, and I think it's amazing, and we're really short of that in this industry. So give yourself a pat on the back for that, 100%.
Thank you. No one's ever said
we all
that
respect that.
Thank you.
No, it's amazing, and I really do respect that.
No, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.